Yeah, if there's any questions that, I can't answer, just go ahead and pop in. So go ahead and let these in.
All right. Got it.
Good morning, Scott. Good morning, Arvin.
Good
Morning,
morning.
James.
Good morning.
I'm in Missouri with my family's house, so hopefully my internet stays strong.
Good afternoon, guys.
Good morning, James. What time is it? I'm in
Oh, right.
I'm in
Right.
Missouri today this
Okay.
time, so it's a couple hours difference for me.
Right. Okay. Good morning.
11 here, I guess.
Right.
So let me share my screen here. All right. We have Sarita. She's on. All right.
Hey, sorry.
Oh,
I had the double screen going on and I was trying to get it so it's on my laptop screen.
well, I'm happy that my internet's staying up. I'm visiting my parents this week, and they have a new internet provider, and it's been working okay, but the speeds aren't the greatest. But it looks like it's holding a Zoom call, so
Nice.
it should be good. Glad I beat the storms. It sounds like it's going to get really cold here.
Where are you at right now?
I'm in Southwest Missouri right now, a place called Springfield, and I think they said that Friday it's going to be, where's the temperature at? I had to switch it over to Celsius so I could show Arvin. Show the people in the Philippines that they can't complain about their weather down there.
It's been raining cats and dogs here as well, Scott.
That's what Arvin says. Let's see, Friday, it's going to be low -8, the high 9. This is in Fahrenheit.
Wow.
I'm not a fan of that weather.
No. And then Thursday, we're going to get snow. So, but yeah.
Wow.
And that's not the wind. That's not the wind chill. So, all right. So let's get started. So today I just wanted to go over forms and kind of the importance of making sure that you get forms updated on your website. So I've always been told websites are basically two things. One, they're information for customers that go online, and where you can actually order stuff if you needed to order something like a home inspection, or if it's a Shopify account, for example, and you're shopping for goods. The other thing is data collection. So and then basically, what are you doing with that data collection, or with that data that you're collecting? So with a CRM, you typically want to automate your responses and even put them on possibly an automation to where you can say, for example, we haven't set this up yet on the home inspection side, but if somebody fills out, what we're going to end up doing is we're going to once they fill out a quote form online, then what happens is it automatically sends them an email back saying, hey, we got your quote. Somebody will be back, somebody will respond via email, or sometimes a text message we can send them, let them know. Arvin, do we send a text or an email? I think we do both.
Yeah, both email and text.
So emails, not always, read right away. Text messages get sent out automatically. So the rates of the open rates on text messages versus emails, I think everybody knows the big difference on those. So that way they know that we've received it, and sometimes they can, with the text, they can even respond back saying thank you. And then again, once you go into conversations, you can see all that communication. But with that, so then what we do is, say, for example, on this form that I'm in right now, if you guys can see my screen, this is our property inspection quote. What I'm going to do is I'm going to push out the 4 main ones. And I know, James, I know you're on Sign Tracker, so you might not need all of these, but inside the forms here in the form builder, you guys can change these if you want different information, but we have right now 4 on our website. So we've got a commercial inspection quote, which is on our commercial pages. We have commercial and pages inside our home inspection website. So if I go over here to signature, and everybody's pages are going to be different. Our website's built on WordPress. So if I go over here, I'm going to move my commercial inspections. And then we've got city pages for every city, but these are the main areas that we cover. So these are the main metropolitan areas. So Los Angeles, Orange County, San Diego, and Long Beach. But basically, the page is going to be exactly the same. But the form over here, we would just basically embed this form, and then that way they can just enter that information, hit submit, then it comes over to us and basically feeds into Hoopla. And then from there, we have it set up to where it'll notify myself and Arvin that, hey, a quote request just came in. So it's not sitting in there, we don't know about it. So that's one aspect of a form that we have on there. And like I said, city pages are basically the main cities that we have. I think we've got, let me scroll down here. We've got, I mean, these are all the city pages that we have. So I've got a page. So if somebody says, hey, they type in Google and they say, hey, I need a Pasadena commercial inspection. It'll take them to that's actually Long Beach. I need to fill out. I need to change that. But they can actually go in, oops, go back.
And just to add on the forms, you can actually also create, like, whenever a form is submitted, you can create, it can automatically create like an opportunity in the opportunities tab so that you can track the quotes that came in and how much they would cost. Like, you can track your sales and how much was converted into a confirmed inspection. So
You
you can
guys have
track it in your dashboard.
Yeah. So, and I can go over that. But what I would recommend is if you're building see, some of these I've got to update, but I've got a lot of these city pages to where if they you're able to rank higher when you have a city page. I know I want to say Home Gauge was telling a friend of mine the other day that we were saying, oh, city pages can actually penalize you. He went in and typed in South Jordan home inspection. I don't even have my business in Utah anymore, and I'm still ranking on the first page because of that city page. So they can say all they want about city pages, but I'm a big believer that when you're searching for a product, or say, for example, you want a car wash in your area, say, for example, you're traveling, I'm going to say, I'm in Nixa, Missouri right now. I'm going to say Nixa car wash. That's what I'm going to type in. And that's why the city pages, in my opinion, are important to have. So, but anyway, back to the form. So a couple other forms that we have. So that's the request to quote. This is one where we will have people come in here and fill out this form here. So you can change this, but this is the minimum information that we like to have. So first name, last name, mobile number, email, property address, city, state, postal code, year built, and then square footage. We could probably make this to where we don't require that, by taking the star off. And then we need to know, because I would say the two most requested quotes that we get asked for is going to be a property. And the reason why I say property is because some people may do more than just home inspections. So property kind of covers sewer, mold, and stuff like that. And then we have a mold or IEQ inspection. Those are the two typically that they're requesting quotes for. We rarely get somebody that says, hey, I need a sewer inspection quote. Very rarely, but if they do, they usually will type in sewer here. So then what happens is when that comes over into our pipeline, our opportunities, then what it does is it'll filter it into the main leads and pulls it in here. Then that way, once it gets notified, then we can see that it's come in here, and then we can move it through the process. You don't have to set it up this way if you don't want to, but this is how we track how well we're able to close on these quotes that come in from the website. And it basically shows up here in the dashboard. So it's got the pipeline, opportunities, conversion rate. But the main point of this call today would be just the importance of getting your forms updated on your websites and integrated with your CR, because then you can set up automations on how to do that, how to automate responses back to them. So let me go back into another form that we have. So that's the request a quote. The other one that, let's see here, that we have is the newsletter, which is down here. So basically, once they fill this information out, then we can, we have it set up to where if they fill this information out, it basically tags that contact as a newsletter. It'll tag it newsletter and really doesn't do anything with it. We could probably set it up to where Arvin, I would probably say we would just set it up to respond back saying, thanks for signing up for our newsletter. And then depending on how often, I don't have the newsletter set up to go out on a certain time. You could do that, but you'd have to schedule those ahead of time. You'd have to, it's be like kind of like a post on your, if you're doing a blog post on your website. I just basically, whenever I go into create an email, say, for example, I'm going to go into the contacts. I'm just going to go in here and say, all right, I'm going to send a newsletter out. And I'm going to basically, because they're all tagged newsletter, then when I go in here and click all 21 records, for example, there should be more than that, but basically I can go in here and I can say, all right, I'm going to send out this newsletter. Where I would actually send it would be is I go in here to marketing, templates, and I'll just give you an example. Say, for example, the email that I sent, I'm in a different one here, but say, for example, I was going to send this master template out. Actually, I got to go back here. So I would go over here and I would just hit actions, and then I'm going to go create a campaign. And disregard this. So say, for example, this is my newsletter that I've finished creating. Then I'm going to go hit, and then if I go send now, I'm going to basically go in here. This is the custom values. This is the email address that it's going to come from. You could actually, just go in here and type the email address you want it to come from. The from name, this is your business name and the custom values. And then the email subject, this is where you would say, newsletter. And then preview text, if you wanted to have a preview text of what that newsletter is going to be, if you said happy Women's Day, for example, you can have that. And then recipient. So here on the recipient, you would just go choose contact from the tags. And then I would just go news letter. And then I would click on that one. And then here it'll be the 3,606 contacts that are in that newsletter. So then I got to move the picture here. And then you would just hit either save or send. And if I hit send, then it's going to schedule that to go out all at once. So that's what I was saying with the newsletters. The way we have it set up is basically once they hit subscribe, it'll go into our database and it will tag them as newsletter. You could have it set up to where it tags them different tags, like if you wanted to add more tags to it, but they're basically requesting information on our newsletter. And then you can put this wherever you want it on your site, but that's where we've got it on our site here. The other one that we have, let's see where we find my page. Gotta go back. I'm on my laptop, so I don't have my dual screen, so I gotta move you guys around here. Can you guys see that when I'm moving the images around? This? Maybe not.
Yeah.
Yep,
Oh,
Yeah,
you
we can
can.
see.
You can, okay. It's like the Hollywood squares. All right, so let's see here, back to the sites and the forms. And let's see, so newsletter, and then we've got the customer support questionnaire. So this is the one that should already be in your account. This is the one where we've got like I think I've mentioned it before, but if somebody has a customer complaint, before we do anything with them other than, hey, listen to them obviously, and let them vent. Then what we do from here is we direct them to our resource tab. And what we do is we have an email that actually is automatically created in ISN. We don't have it set up in Hoopla, or not Hoopla, but Spectora yet, because they don't allow that yet. But basically it's on our guarantee page. So what we do is we send them to this page here. This is our guarantee. We don't call it a warranty because you have to be licensed to have a warranty in our state. So we just call it a guarantee. This kind of gives them the guarantee that we offer. And then we tell them that they would just have to file a claim. So once they click on that, then it takes them to the form. And then this form will actually, once they fill this out and hit submit, then it pulls it into Hoopla. Here's the questionnaire form. All you have to do with these forms is, I'm gonna move this again, is when you go integrate form, you can either do a link to where you can just copy, like say, for example, I'm going to just click that and I want to have it its own web page, or not web page, but its own page. I don't like that. I like to embed it into my website. So I would just go hit embed, and then whoever's got access to your website, you just have to just copy this form, and then you would just embed it into your website wherever you want it at. So for example, in mine, let me type in, get into the back end of it here. Gotta log in. So this is the back end of WordPress. Let's see here. I gotta find the pages that I need to be on. So visit site. And then I go over here to commercial, and I'm just giving you an example on the commercial. Here's Los Angeles. So then I go back into edit page. And then this is the, I like the Avia layout builder, but here's kind of the layout of the page. Here's the title, here's the video that's on the page, here's the content information, here's the video, and then here's the contact form. So basically what I would do is just click on that. And then I would just go into the advanced, let's see here, content. Actually, I would have to change this out. So I would just have to change this one. What I would do is instead of this one is I would just, because this is a contact form that I built inside this website. What I would do is I would just go up here to media elements. Let's see here. There's actually form content. There it is right there. So basically I would have to look for, where is it? See, that's the one that's in there right now, is that contact form right there, and you can create as much as you want. But if I'm going to embed the text, I could just actually go embed text block. So I could just drag this down here. Let's see here. I'll drag that down. Oops. So basically, I'm just going to use this as an example. I would just take this here, and then I would just go styling or advanced, and then you would just copy and paste that code at the bottom. Like I would just take this stuff out and then just embed that code, and then your form will populate. So depending on how, which web builder you're using, that would be, I think most people are using WordPress, but if you're using Wix or that, it's pretty much the same thing. So then when you hit, then you would hit update and then save. And I know, like I said, this is a little bit, this is going to be depending on who builds your website. If somebody else is building your website or responsible for it, you would just give them that code, and they just tell them where it needs to be, and they can easily do that for you. So that's how you do it on our end, is so I can go in here and I can, build a content form. I can change all kinds of buttons and stuff. That's what's nice about, I'm just familiar with this layout builder. They have other ones that would come with your form, but that's how you build pages in WordPress. Let's see, let me go back to that. So for example, on this one, if it comes into our opportunities, once they fill it out, we basically have two pipelines. You can have as many as you want, but if you have as many as you want, you would have to kind of go back and forth and check different ones. So our main leads pipeline is anything that comes in either through the newsletter form, the inspection quote form, If they send us a message through Google My Business or Facebook, or they send us a quote request through the chat bot, that all comes into this form. And then we've got the customer complaints, where if anybody fills out that form, then it comes into here. So, and then that way we can move it through the process and track it. So, that form that I have, this is just a sample. Oh, I wish it wasn't moving over here. This one will actually gotta pull that one. If I click on that little bubble over there, that little text bubble, I can see all the information that they submitted. So I can see the images. I can see that they've answered all the questions. Again, this is just a sample. And then all this stuff gets stored in here, in this Hoopla. So you don't have to store it anywhere else. And then here's the messages that go back out. These are just responses that went back out to somebody. So let's see what else. Forms. Anybody had any questions on forms? Like, have you embedded them yet on your website, or replaced any of the ones that you have on there now? Because the main thing is that most people that have forms, and this is what we're doing when we're looking at somebody's website. So say, for example, we're going to call a company and try to sell them on Hoopla. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go into Google, and we're going to say, all right, what business are we looking at? So if I look at say, for example, a spa business in, let's see, Nixa, Missouri. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at this, and we're going to say, all right, let's see all these spa businesses in Nixa, Missouri. This could be, it might get confused on it and say, think it's a day spa. So what Arvin will do is he'll go and look at the website. Right there, they're not secure. This website's not doing them any good. So we would probably call them and say, hey, did you know your website's not working? Because their security certificate is not active. So let's check this next one. 61. So basically, we're going to look at this website, and we're going to say, all right, what do they got going on here? Do they have a form? There's their form right there. Basically, this form is not telling me much. It's not very easy to find. I would say a form, if you want them to contact you, it should be something that they can easily fill out and request information. They don't have a chat bot here, so they can't really ask anybody any real-time questions. I mean, yeah, you kind of have to just think of this as, what do to people today, they want to communicate. They don't want to call anybody. They want to be able to communicate via chat. They want to be able to fill out a form to get information. This is another issue right here. You can't click on their website. So, for example, if this is this website's not even, I'm shrinking this down to show you that this website's not even mobile friendly. So there's an opportunity here for us as a company like Hoopla. I'm just showing you, differences in people's website. This is not even a website that's mobile friendly. So they, if you were to pull this up on your phone, you should be able to just click on that phone number and it'll call from your phone. So this is something that we would probably contact this company and see if we could help offer our services, because we're trying to solve a problem. We could go all day long and say, hey, we do all this cool stuff. We would probably call and say, hey, what do you need help with? And then we could probably go into it and say, hey, you've got a great website, but we would recommend that you have a better form so they could contact you. Your site needs to be mobile friendly. You don't have a chat bot where somebody can reach out to you really quickly. And then the other thing would be is, what are you doing with this form? I think Arvin called somebody yesterday and asked him what they were doing with the leads that were coming in, and he didn't know. I don't know, maybe I'm going to cold call somebody one day. And the whole purpose of these forms is if they fill out these forms, then you can set that on automation to where you can start, add them to the newsletter. You can add them to, if it's a quote, for example, you could have it set up to where an email will go out within, a couple hours and say, hey, if you book with Signature Home Inspection, these are the services that we offer. Here's look at our reviews. You could create an email that give, kind of like a benefits of using home signature home inspection email that automatically goes out after the quote that you just sent out. So that's kind of what we wanted to go over today, was the importance of forms and how you could utilize those. So anybody questions? Anybody's using the forms yet? I think
You're on
everybody,
mute, James.
Yes, we've created some examples and I am aware of how to embed it into the website. So
yeah, if you guys need any help with that, let us know. It's tough for us to be able to, because obviously we don't have access to your actual websites to embed them. But if you guys have any questions, feel free to let us know and we'll do what we can to help you. But it's pretty much copy and paste once you know where it wants to go, and then changing the forms on the back end. And like I said, we can push these over to your guys' account. I think some of them are in there, but I told Arvin last week I wanted 4 main ones that I felt like every website should have. Maybe not all of them, but like I said, I think the ones that we have on our site is the commercial, customer support. If you're not using these forms, then at minimum, let's see, we got the newsletter. Is there a contact us form, Arvin?
Yes, it's the second to the last bottom.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I wish we could move this. I'm gonna have to ask the guy if we can move these up. So, and then a contact us form. So, but I mean, like I said, when before we switched over to CRM and we had a contact us form, basically it was just an email that was coming in, and it wasn't a text message, wasn't anything notifying us that it came in. We just basically had to look at it. And in this day and age, when especially in the home inspection industry, they will move on to the next person pretty quickly if we don't answer the phone call. So same with the form, set it up. If you have questions on how to set it up, but the main thing is that when it comes in, it should be able to notify you. Do you want to show us how that works, Arvin, on the back end? Because I don't really know how you have that set up. I don't know if I can. Can you share your screen? Let me see how I can set that up.
What do you want to see?
I wanted to see how you set that up in the back end. So I'm gonna, how
One
you
sec.
how you set up the tagging.
Oh yeah, 1 sec.
I think I got it to where you can share.
Yes, 1 second here. Just need to check something first. All right. Hold on. Okay, so let me share my screen and show you.
I think I need to unshare. So let me stop and then you can share.
I think it's this one. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
All right. So what did you want to see?
I just wanted to see how how you set it up on the form or on the workflow.
Okay.
When a form comes in, how you can set that up to add users to the notifications.
All right. So let's say, for example, the online quote request. So let's just send a tab. So what I did for this automation is basically created a form and then used it as the trigger. So as you can see here, hold on. So you can see here, if the form submitted is the property inspection quote, it will create first an opportunity in the main leads pipeline, and in the pipeline stage, new lead. And then it will tag these contact in our contact section as from the online quote request. The next would be an email that is going to be sent to the contact where it says, hey, your online quote request was successfully received. Someone will review the information and we'll get back to you. So that's basically what happens. And also we'll send them a text message so that they can read it easily, because as Scott mentioned, no one or everyone seldom read their emails, but basically they're on their phone 24/7. So that's why we also send an SMS where it says, yeah, we receive your online quote request. We'll get back to you shortly after we receive it. And then it assigns it to me so that I'll be notified of it. As you can see here, I notified it. I assigned it to myself, and then it creates a task to wherein I need to review the property details and send a quote to the requester via email. So I set it up to be due in 1 day so that I can work on it within the day, because it sends me an alarm where it says I need to finish this task within the day. So that's how I created the online quote request workflow. And as for the other one, let's see here. Say commercial code. I don't think I set up a commercial code for one. I guess 1 sec here. Let's say web chat. So for the web chat, I don't think I created this one. I think that's already in there. But
So basically, when we push, if you guys want us to push these forms over, these workflows will automatically be pushed over as well. You would just have to go into the workflow and then change your company information. So
Yeah.
Arvin, when you set those workflows up, can you set them up to where there's very minimal change that they have to make on their end?
I don't think they have to make any changes at all, because I set it up where it custom values are present already, so that when it push over to their account, whatever their custom value is, it shows on their account.
Go into that one that the one that you looked at earlier.
1 sec here. Like quote. It's loading. Sorry.
So go over to the email. Here.
So for this one, I created. Oh no, it's
Yeah.
I can put it in here where it says. You can just go to the custom values tab here, and from email. So you can see here, it's the email from email address. So this is where the email should be coming from, or it depends up to you actually. So from for us, this is where we want it to come from. So
what I
sorry.
would say is the ones that we're going to push over, do the custom
one.
values.
Custom values.
Yep. And then they won't have to make
that.
And then they won't have to make any changes once the custom values is filled out.
Company.
So we don't confuse you. That's kind of how it's set up to where it'll actually go in there. And that's how it can tag you and notify you. Can you show them where it will show up in the task on the Arvin, where it shows up in the task?
Yeah, 1 second here. It would show up in here in the dashboard. As you can see here, I have no task right now, but if you choose all, see here, there's a follow-up call, review quote request, call client back. So everything in here is for the tasks that is assigned to me. So I can see here every day, or within during the day, I can just go to the dashboard and see what my tasks are. So every time a call or a quote comes in, I can just go in here and check for any pending task that I have. So after I work on that, I can just click a check here, to where it says you can finish the task. So basically, that's everything that you need to do. But you can set it up however you like on your end. But for us, or for me, that's how I set it up. So it'll be easier for me to track everything.
And you can actually even have the chat bot create a task, correct?
Yes. But for right now, I didn't set it up.
But you can,
But-
you could, if you wanted to, anything that comes in, you could create a task to remind everybody.
Yes.
Yeah.
So in here, you can just create, like, let's say, for example, in here, add task. So assign it to me, June 1 day. So you can basically add any description that you want. Title, chat received. Chat has been received. Please review. So basically that's it. Just add a task. You web chat. Then you can save it, and then it adds a task whenever a web chat comes in.
So nothing gets missed.
Yeah.
What I do
Basically.
right now, because I'm old school, is I just, when I open up the Hoopla in the morning, I just go in and check both of our accounts and see if there's anything pending in there, because stuff comes in the middle of the night. So I think that's it. Any questions on the forms? I just wanted to get you guys, to the understanding of, how critical forms are and how that information can be pulled into Hoopla so you can track it and monitor it and automate stuff. James is on mute again.
Yeah,
No,
if
I'm
you have
good.
any
I'm good.
issues, you can just let us know, and maybe we can help you, like send a support ticket if it's not available on the training videos. If you have any questions, you can just let us know, actually. I don't know how
All right.
should I-
Any questions about the platform in general? So I think this is kind of the format that we're going to start using. Is I'll maybe pick a topic that we'll go over, and then we'll just go week by week, and we'll touch something. Maybe I'll do a poll and say, here's the 4 topics. What do you guys want to do? What do you want to go over? We've got some people. I mean, you don't have to be here every week. Maybe send somebody, but we've got more users that haven't joined yet. I think once they get to, I mean, it's Christmas, it's holidays. I was telling Arvin that I said, don't get worked up. I said, people are in holiday mode right now. So if somebody doesn't have time to talk to you, no big deal. I'm already in holiday mode. So yeah, I think everybody is too. So no big deal. But I think after the first start of the year, we'll just, maybe I'll try to organize this to where we have kind of like a poll, and I'll just list out the poll. And also what I'd like to start doing is we have a Facebook Hoopla support, not a, what did I call it? Just a Hoopla user page. So if you guys can go onto Facebook and look for that and then follow that, then maybe we can start doing some communication through that. That way we can communicate, if you guys have any questions or feedback, post it on there, and vice versa. I'll just maybe we can communicate inside the Facebook group as well. So
Yep, that would be very helpful, Scott.
yeah, I don't know
Yep.
let me see if I can find the page here. I don't remember what I called it. I created it the other day, and I'm in a mastermind, and we use that. It seems to be the best way to communicate with everybody. So let me see here. Yeah, it's called Hoopla User Group. So just go on there and get added. I think I sent out some invites to some people, but just sign in, and then what I'll do is maybe I can create polls in there and say, what does everybody want to talk about? And then what I can do is I'll just start posting reminders in there for our weekly training call. And if this time is hard for everybody, this to me just seemed like a good time for everybody, because I know I'm on the West Coast, so 9 a.m. is about as early as I can get. I could wake up at 7 to make it, or 6 and make it helpful for everybody on the East Coast to get it done in the morning. But I think 9 a.m. is good for us, and then that's be a lunchtime for people on the East Coast. So we can look to adjust that as well. But basically, this is the page here. Let me share my account again. Where is it? No questions for us. Everybody's got their stuff going. chat bot working and everything? I've been amazed at the work that since because we used to have a chat bot on our website, but the problem with the chat bot before was that we didn't have an app that we could respond to. And so, now with the app here, somebody sends me a message, I can respond to it right away, and they don't even know any difference. So that's what's been nice about it, because most of these chat bots, if you don't have an app to where you can respond when you're away from the computer, it just sits in there, and then they don't, it's pretty much useless if you can't respond to it right away. So if you haven't got that installed yet and been utilizing that, definitely recommend it. So all right, any questions? Anybody have any questions on the platform at all? I can answer those.
I have one question, and maybe this could be a topic for next time actually, but did you ever get like a slide dial or a ringless voicemail drop integrated?
We have it integrated for Hoopla right now. You want to show that, Arvin, on yours, on how we do it on Hoopla? And then what we can do is so there's a little bit of work on your end. I can actually do it here. I don't want to make Arvin have to work too hard. So we have it set up on, I think we have it inside the snapshot. I think we do, but we'd have to, if you signed up before we created it, we would have to push it over to you guys. But it's really easy to build. Let me pull up our Hoopla one.
Yeah, it's in Hoopla.
Which service provider did you end up going with?
Hoopla.
Oh,
You can do, yeah.
they do the, okay.
Yep, it's through the Twilio number that we assigned to you. So you can you don't have to do it. You can do it through here. So let me pull
awesome.
up, let's see here. The mark is automation. I always forget the name of it. Is it voicemail or VM?
Voicemail drop.
We call it voicemail for potential clients, SMS. And like I said, we can just, it's pretty much the same call flow. So I think didn't we create a basic one? Arvin?
I created one for the signature. I think the signature account.
Yeah.
Created one and for the home inspection.
What we've done is we've modified this. What we do is we can modify this based on what kind of responses we're getting. And how many times have we changed this, Arvin? We've changed it 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, a bunch of times actually.
Right. So basically the way it's set up is that once we add, what we do is we don't, you can load in a list, obviously. So if you have a list that you want to load into it, you can do that. But I would make sure that you've got somebody that's ready to answer responses.
Okay.
Because so what we do is how we handle it is, say, for example, we're going to market to 20 home inspectors that are going to be set to go in tomorrow. So what we do is we go in, we load the list in, we load in 20. Same with real estate agents. You can load in 20 real estate agents. I wouldn't recommend much more than that. If you did 100 and they all responded back, you're going to get overwhelmed. So I would maybe do 20 a day if you're going to do that. You could do more, obviously. But the way we have it set up is that we have it, the time set up. Is it here that's on the time? Or is it? Oh, it's in the settings here. So we have it set up. We don't have these calls go out on a Monday or a Sunday, or I actually turned off the Saturday. So we have it set up to where the calls will go out, the voicemails will go out from 9:15 to 10:15. And then we can, you can change this information here. I wouldn't recommend changing much of this. Here's the history. These are the people that we've sent this workflow out to. Here's the status. I don't look at too much of this stuff here. I'm looking at the actions and the settings. So the settings is when that's going to go out. So we have it set up because Arvin comes in at 9. I don't want him to log in and all of a sudden start getting all these responses and then, give him some time to get logged in. And then it usually runs for about an hour. So basically what it does is it'll wait 5 minutes. And then the voicemail drop, this is where you would have to go on a service. What I do is I just go on to voice recording recorder, and I use this one right here. It's called Vocaroo. and you can do this on your iPhone if you wanted to, but basically all I got to do is just, and it's a free one. I just hit start, and then I record my voice, and then from there I can save the file. And then I can go into, I'm gonna find Hoopla. And then here's the latest one. And this is, I've changed this a couple times. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe this is not getting a good turnout. I'm going to change what I say. So here's the voice.
Hi, my name is Scott and I own Signature Home Inspection.
So you would just upload the file here, and that would go in your voicemail drop. And like I said, if you're going to create something different, you can do that. But here's that voicemail drop, so you could create that. I'm not going to, add anything to this one.
Mhm.
Go out of that. You guys are in my way all the time. I'm joking, by the way. And then, wow, Arvin, you got this thing all tree branched out. And then wait 2 minutes, and then basically this is the follow-up. So you have to keep in mind that from my research, and I've been checking this with a lot of different providers, it's about 70 to 75% that will get through to the voicemail without somebody picking up. Now, there's no true service that I'm aware of that will drop it right into the voicemail without ringing. But basically, most 70 to 75% of the time, it will get through without them picking up. Sometimes they may pick up, but if they pick up, they're just going to hear the voicemail. You guys have probably experienced that, where you've picked up a call and you can hear a recording. That's them basically trying to send you a voicemail drop. So then what I have is 2 minutes later, we have it set up to where it'll send a text message. So it'll wait, and then a follow-up text message goes out, and here's what the verbiage is on the text message. And I've changed this a couple times, because as I've found that selling Hoopla as a software to home inspectors, that home inspectors are a lot more friendly and a lot more open when they find out that I have a home inspection company, and I'm actually using this as a home inspector. And so basically, here's the verbiage. Scott here with Signature Home Inspection just left you a voicemail regarding the home inspection marketing software I built that can increase your company's online reviews. This is something we changed. I changed this because at first I was saying an all-in-one sales and marketing platform. They don't know. So I'm thinking, all right, what are the main features of our software that could help a home inspector? Online reviews, automate your social media posts, handle email and text message marketing, and more. So those are the things that I would say they would understand more. And then if you'd like to hear more about this, hit yes. And then what they would do is, if they reply yes, then it will go over to this area over here. I don't want to move you guys again. And then it goes into these call flows. So wait 2 minutes, and then it'll send a notification to Arvin to say, hey, this guy's, we've got a fish on the line. You need to follow up with this guy, and then add task to call lead. So Arvin knows that he just got notified. It added a task, and then here is the follow-up text says, hi, so-and-so, feel free to schedule a quick 15-minute demo of the software with me here. And then I don't recommend using the shortener on these, because people want to, if they see the shortened URL, it could be a spam or spoof, but if they can see the actual, the website, then they're more apt to clicking on that. Or I can have my assistant send over more information. So from there, if they replied no, then we can add them to our nurture email campaign we have set up, where they can get these emails that go out once a week. We can add them to the text nurture campaigns. You guys have probably seen those. And then if they don't respond, then we have a whole nother workflow that they can go down. So you can get it as complicated as you want, or you can do it as simple as what I would say is I would say, if you're just trying to cold call agents, load in the list, do a voicemail drop, follow up with a text, and then add them to a text and email nurture campaign.
That's awesome. Thanks for sharing.
So if you guys need help set up with this, Arvin's your man. Just fill out a support, and we can.
Yeah.
I would say, Arvin, we would just probably create a basic one, and then they could add to it if they want. So if you could just create that in the signature account, it's probably already in there. But just maybe create a basic one for them. And then I can push that over. Then you guys can start you can start with that at least.
Yeah, and are there extra fees involved or limits? Like, I'm not really sure how many.
So
Like,
you guys get
total count.
a $10 credit, and that's typically it's like 700 text messages. I think it's about it's a mixture, so it's kind of hard to say you get it depends on where your usage. If you're sending
Mhm.
more text messages versus emails, then it eats up. But let me show you what the rates are here. So
Okay.
but yeah, there is a charge for it, but it's minimal. I mean, it's for what you're spending to do that versus how much time it would take. Because just
Yeah.
for example, when Arvin, when we were cold calling agents, he was doing, how many were you doing? 100 a day?
Yeah, 100 a day at 150.
And how long was it taking you?
Half a day actually,
Yeah.
but most of them are going to voicemails.
So 90% were going to voicemail.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And so that just if you're looking at how much, whatever I'm paying Arvin per hour. So if it's 4 hours a day that he's spending on that, just to do it manually, just to go in and load that list and have it automatically done for you. It's crazy how much you
Yeah.
save. So let me go in here. I gotta find my. Whose dog is that?
It's mine. And actually, I need to go grab this off the porch before my kid sees it.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, because they're home from school. I'm sorry, I'll be right back.
Yeah, no problem. Porch Pirates. I just installed some new garage because I'm in an area where it's more commercial. I have I live in a work live loft. So in our area, we can have commercial zoned at the bottom. And then they were built like this. They were lofts to where the commercial office is on the main floor, and then you can live on the top 2 floors. With that though, you have a lot of, traffic where people can, just grab whatever's on your porch. And so I installed those new doors, those garage opener doors, where Amazon can actually open my garage door and drop the package inside my garage door. It's like a one-time code they have access to. So it's kind of like it resets every time. And they call it Amazon Key. And basically they just come around and they see that, there's to drop the package off inside the garage, hit a button on their end, opens up my garage door. They push the package in the door, and then the door closes. So let me find this. I had it under. Oh, I need to clean up my folder. Demo presentation. It is, oops. Let's see, if you go over, so it's approximately 700 texts or 600 minutes and calls or 7,200 emails. If you're making additional, anything over that is 0.015 for text, 0.0014 for emails, and then making additional calls. Blocks me again. Let me stop the share. 0.026 to make additional calls. So less than a penny.
Okay.
Less than
And then
half.
does that just automatically get billed to us if we go over?
Yep. It just, what it does is it will bill you. So if you go over, then it does $10 increments. So they'll give you like another bucket of $10 and then another, and then you can test it out and see how many you're using.
And then is there a place to check what our usage is?
Yep. If you go into, let me go into our account. So in your settings, and then your, let's see, business profile. Where is it on here? I gotta get into this one here. Well, where is it? It might be in the, I don't want to pull up your account to, so have anybody can see it. So, let's see here. Where is that at? I think it's under, once you get into your company account, it'll be underneath your billing. And then, it will be under, sorry, I got to get into the.
It's okay.
Let me see if I can get it. This is a demo account, so let me see if it's in the demo account. I just don't want to pull up anybody's account and share anything. It should be under this profile. Where is that? I'll locate it and then I'll send it out to you guys. It's in here somewhere.
Also, I actually already created the voicemail drop workflow in the signature account, like the basic one, without any information on it.
Okay.
So that we can just push it to
So when I
snapshot,
put,
then
when I push it over, just have to look in your automations, do search for voicemail.
voicemail drop workflow.
Okay, cool.
That's what
So
they
you'll
call it.
send that one?
Yeah, I'll have to push it on the back end. So there's just
Okay.
a specific way that I have to push things, and I'm still getting used to it because I pushed something the other day and they didn't tell me that I had to push some other stuff because it wasn't working properly. So
Mhm.
before I push anything, I always look at Arvin. I'm like, all right, we 100% before I push this. So we're gonna have to do that, and then Arvin, I'll send you that video. I gotta try to get that video because he had explained it via Loom video. Yeah, I'll find that. Like I said, I could go into your account and probably show you really quickly, but I don't want to open it up to where everybody can see it. So
Okay.
I would, like I said, I think it's in the settings, and then there should be a underneath your billing business profile, it should say billing. And then you can scroll down and you can see your access to your, it's where you're going to change your credit card information.
Okay.
It's in that area. So
Okay.
you're not
Cool.
seeing you're not seeing is anybody seeing my screen?
No,
No.
Okay, well then I can do
No.
it. I just thought somebody was seeing my screen, so let me see if I can pull that up here.
Okay. I'm really excited about that voicemail drop because I was tasked to find a company to use for it. So I was just actually researching that yesterday, and this will be such a better alternative. So
Yeah, because the responses, that's the whole point of that phone number, is that when you send out that follow-up text, then they can respond back to you. I mean, I've had people respond back with two fingers pointed at us, emoji. It's just, you just can't, you're cold calling, that's what you're doing.
Right.
You're going to get that kind of thing. But the good part about it is that you're not actually having to take the beating on the phone. Arvin loves it. I don't know if we get a better response or not, but at least we can set that up as an automation to where if they don't answer and they don't respond, we can go ahead and add them to the text message. We can send them out to the we can add them to the text message nurture. We can set up emails that are going to go out about our company. I think our best response so far has just been texting out coupon codes to agents. And I think we got some the other day, didn't we, Arvin? We got somebody the other day that had a new that used the new home coupon, and I'm like,
Right.
hey, it's working. Yeah, so that's where it's at. So if you go into settings, go into company billing in your account, and then you can see underneath the payment methods, it shows credits. And that'll show you what your balance is. And then if you wanted to see more details, you can actually open it up and you can see all the, it'll track all your text messages, emails that are going out, your phone calls and everything like that.
Okay.
So I would just say, hey, let's try this for a month once you get it up and running, and then you can weigh the cost versus another company. But that's something that we definitely wanted to have in this platform, is because, again, when we were setting this up, this is something that, I mean, Arvin can even tell you that the problem that we were having was that we would set up a CRM and they would say, yes, it works with this, it was basically an auto dialer is what we were setting up. It wasn't even a voicemail drop. It was just being able to auto dial the calls. And I mean, we had to go, I think we switched phone companies 2 or 3 times because it was easier to switch the phone company than it was to switch the CRM, because we're like, okay, you told us that it works for this phone company, now it's not. And so we're like, oh, we got to switch again. So this is something that we wanted to make sure we could do. And that's the nice thing about having a Twilio number. You can do a lot of things with that number that you can't with just a normal phone number.
That's really cool. Thank you.
All right, so yeah, I'll work on pushing that over, sometime before the next call, and then we can
Okay.
maybe go over that, next Wednesday.
Yeah, sounds good. I won't be doing anything with it before then anyway, so.
Sounds good. Yeah, I'm not doing too much after this, so I told Arvin, I said, I'm taking this time to get all my stuff in order before the new year, because I've got some just loose ends that have to be wrapped up, paperwork wise, so.
Good idea.
Yeah, it seems like it always hits at the end of the year. So, and then I got to do payroll today. So I think this is my last payroll of the year.
Mm.
Fun. Arvin, send me your invoice. You want to get
Yeah,
paid?
will do.
Send it. He's almost as bad as Robert. I'm going to start calling him Robert. He's getting those over late. I just remembered in the shower. I'm like, crap, I don't have Arvin's invoice yet. So.
Yeah, I usually send it on Wednesdays.
What's that?
'cause I usually send it on Wednesdays so that you
Yeah.
can, because you usually work on it on Wednesdays.
Yeah,
I would have
Wednesday-
sent it yesterday. But
Wednesday's the deadline, but I can do.
okay.
I can do it as early as Monday. So if you want to send it
Okay,
Monday,
okay.
you can do it Monday. All right,
All right.
sounds good. Thanks,
it.
everybody. Have a good holiday.
Thank
Okay,
you
guys.
guys.
Happy
Happy
holidays.
holidays.
Happy holidays, everyone.
Yep, no problem.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.